production director at Khaos Company Theater and the playwright for what you're about to see at the High Court here. On behalf of Indie Fringe as an entirety, welcome to the Phoenix Underground. Before the show, we kindly ask that you silence all cell phones, pagers, children, and other noise-making devices. We also ask that you refrain from taking pictures of the show. The performance contains adult language. If at any point you need to leave, please quietly exit with the knowledge that there is no re-entry. There's a restroom right to the end there, and the door will be closed. Thank you for attending the 12th Annual Indie Fringe Festival, brought to you by BMO Harris Bank. Be sure to check out the wide variety of performances and stop by our beer tent before the festival concludes on August 28th. And before I say now, sit back and relax. On behalf of Khaos Company Theater, switching hats. This is one of many shows that we have lined up in the season. Our next show is Antigone. Those dates are the 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th. We're also in part 2 and 3 of our Pence Wars series, which is a fond farewell and comedic, lighthearted going away of Mike Pence, no matter where he goes. So you can find dates for those. Anyone who's interested, I have postcards, or you can find us at kctnd.com. We are promoting a local playwright, Lot Turner's Frankenstein, during our Halloween season. We're doing Strange Bedfellows during voting time, and then we've got our epic Christmas Battle of History to close out the season. So we do hope that you'll join us for our own season moving forward. All of that said, now sit back, relax, and enjoy a third live here in the High Court.
In my late 20s, my personal style is, I didn't expect it to make it out of the car. Directly affects my energy level, sharply contrasts against my energy level and style from my early 20s. I'm going weightlifting. You're completely bonkers! If I tell you a secret, all the best people are. Lewis Carroll.
For 2 weeks straight, the second grade girl kept telling me how she had a crush on the boy who gets kicked out of class literally every day because he can't control himself. I suggest that maybe she pick a new crush, like a guy who sits down quietly, raises his hand, is respectful, is sensitive to others. Just the other day, she told me she had a new crush. The one I suggested.
Yes, girl, such a sales high, keep him there.
The most important day is the day that you decide that you're good enough for you. It's the day you set yourself free. Pretty Josephine.
That's the second quote so far. You ever source check these things?
Of course not.
I mean, can't make omelets without breaking a few eggs. Nice quote. Words build bridges into unexplored regions.
Who said those?
And I think Lenin and Hitler respected it.
Hey, I just got an email from a casting director to submit for a scary new dating show, similar to Elevator, if anybody watched that. Anybody want me to forward them the link?
And so it is. My heart is afraid it will have to suffer.
They said as they looked up at the moonless sky.
Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. And no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its truths.
Paulo Coelho!
I'm so tired of being strong.
We're discussing my mother's surgery.
That's too many times.
Was that one of those?
Well, if you hadn't been such a little chump, it's just an umbilical cord wrapped around your throat.
You're adorable.
Not adorable.
I'm Malloy again. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Merc.
Happy Hanukkah.
Have fun.
Happy Michelle Bond.
I punish you for your sin.
You! It's still me! Merry Christmas!
Sour Patch Kids are traffic lights.
The Sour Patch Kids Christmas card.
Families are like branches on a tree. They grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one.
Our lives are changed over and over again, like the flutter of a butterfly wing. Chunky Monkey Granola.
You know, Dr. Seuss's first book was rejected 27 times. He was ready to give up when he ran into a friend who'd just begun working a finally put an never become a children's author.
Today.
The most beautiful of all worlds.
Keep working hard.
Don't get discouraged.
Know you're going in the right direction.
Stay focused on your dreams.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
And never, ever give up. When we talk about the ultimate sacrifice, it means
Soldier.
Police officers. Me telling my manager who tells the disgruntled customer the same thing. So just hold up.
This person I already care about you. Being able to influence my sarcasm, I'm a healthy brain.
loving you is like breathing. I do it without thinking, without knowing, without ever really realizing how to make it stop.
Just in case no one has told you today.
Good morning.
You're doing better than you think. But
You know I think that.
Oh, God. Does bitch life mean anything to you?
So me.
Ready to play?
I'm convinced that if we are to get on the right side of the world revolution, we as a nation must undergo a radical revolution of values.
A true evolution of values will soon cause us our past and present policies. On one hand, we're called to play the Good Samaritan on life's roadside. But that would be the initial act. We must come to see that the whole Jericho Road needs to be transformed, so that innocent men and women are constantly beaten as they make their way down life's roadside.
True compassion is more than just swinging a coin to a beggar. It comes to see that an edifice that produces beggars needs restructuring.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
We are the ones we've been waiting for.
And it's not something you have to teach the kids either. They already know. Is that you don't stunt the growth right at the baggage.
We can all change the people around us by changing ourselves.
Dissociative identity disorder. A disorder characterized by the presence of two or more distinct personality states.
each may have a unique name,
Person,
Name.
history,
Characteristics.
behavior,
Impulsivity.
self-destructive behavior,
Self-harm.
Ah, treatment is talk therapy.
anxiety,
Depression. Flashback.
Amnesia.
cognitive behavioral therapy, family therapy,
Psychotherapy.
Clinical psychologist treats mental disorders primarily with talk therapy.
Psychiatrist.
treats mental disorders primarily with medication.
Psychoanalyst.
Uses psychotherapy to treat mental disorders.
My nervous system is shot.
I am constantly terrified of what they will do to me.
String me up on a tree.
Father Adam sacrificed of himself to become the tree of the world.
And Mother Earth accepted his sacrifice, creating the tree on which we are all fruit.
When some of us are fruit,
Juice and pulp and peel and stem.
a mechanical mango.
Growing from the endless open fields of the flat earth.
The earth is flat.
The earth isn't flat. It's a Mobius strip.
Well, 30 years ago, 7 crew members lost their lives when the space shuttle Challenger exploded.
73 seconds after launch from Space Center.
7 is the number of perfection.
Plunged
30
alive
is a trace based on triple death.
And same
76 number of
6
perfection.
astronauts in one school cluster.
3.
Slip the
This is
sterling
prime
bonds of
perfection. 30 is the trace based on
American launch behind Reagan as the Challenger launch.
so below. 1.
9
Singularity.
miles of
9.
Last word heard when the flight tape deck recorder recovered from the ocean floor.
1970. Female factory workers contracted radiation poison from painting luminous watch dials with paint that contained radium salt crystals, glue, and zinc sulfide, which glowed in the presence of radiation.
A dark painted on your wristwatches, light-touch plates, plus numbers, and glowing eyes for toy dolls. And the minute quantities on the products themselves, customers accepted no side effects. The women who worked for a U.S. radio went to therapy.
Better paid than most alternatives. See, the women use these fine-tip brushes which they moisten with their teeth and their lips and tongues to do their fine detailed work. Now, some women painted the undark rating on their fingernails and their teeth.
Glowing paint was completely flavorless.
And the managers assured them that the only side effects they saw on the radium-laced pigment would be
rosy cheeks. Radio was being held as a medical elixir. A dark-skinned ingredient was 100 times more active than radio. Now, the tenth of a microcurie is the maximum safe exposure. By shaving the brushes of their lips and their tongues, each in just a few hundred microcuries per year.
Radioactive French kisses. Radioactive fingers scratching down her lover's back.
Radioactive sex.
I want.
I want Iphigenia Skye's schizophrenic surprise. Stand here and wipe my eyes.
I want to build enough shelves with enough space for all the questions. Enough questions for all the space.
Margaret Cancer for my apartment.
Ken Rhodes been put this in
Usually, but to the done promises mean that country analyzed fiction and clean and any tests of healing and formulated thought doesn't have to be very far from her life.
Decision capacity.
Movie strips to the 10th degree.
Human in the loop decision capacity.
Loops.
If you two need a moment,
Shut up, Skye.
just saying. You should always act crazy up front. You can always act normal later on, but apparently the inverse is hard for people to wrap their minds around.
You feel it, you know it.
See you later, John.
I'll see you later, John.
You're looking at me like that.
I'm not bad enough for a second we don't see it.
These conversations brought to you by the suicide cult back in 20-something college friends.
Did you want to talk about your stepfather?
I'd rather take a shot and blast in the face, thank you very much.
So, where is all this going?
Does he need to be going somewhere?
She needs it to be going somewhere so she can get past it.
But not necessarily. Some people enjoy letting it seep into their pores.
Stewing in it.
Pigs.
Oh, that's not you better said.
So how do we encourage you up and out?
Oh, first ask her even if she wants something out of this.
Do you even want up and out of this?
I definitely want the panic attacks coming. He's not going to have the ball anymore.
No, it's not.
You're safe.
We keep each other safe.
The sounds are hardwired in there. So the goal becomes retraining you to the point that you don't need them anymore.
And I know I sound like a broken record, but mine, I transform into angels and they flew off alone, because I let them go, stop torturing them.
Up and away into the sky. Namesake.
Name given.
But he is right. It's all up to you. The time, the plan, and how long.
But the world sure as hell ain't gonna put you back together. You gotta do that betwixt you and your God.
Between you and your best self.
Yeah, sure.
Deliverance and forgiveness and redemption and being able to sleep again don't happen with a sexy soundtrack and fireworks and explosions.
It happens in the space of a breath.
In the blink of an eye.
It happens when you stop so hard by trying to make it happen.
We're full of shit.
How am I full of shit?
No, she's right though.
You're taking her side!
We know you just want to help.
But what? 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 I'm sorry.
You're either in love or insane. And you don't seem to care which.
I haven't been able to sleep for a week. I'm concerned because I think after 10 days you don't wake up. 10 is the double prime of 5. The power of suggestion is how infatuation begins. Flirtation is the most sustainable form of relationship. Once you break the Mobius strip of your mind, you are free to mind the Mobius strip that breaks you.
Respect is the feeling of admiring someone or something that is good, valuable, or important.
Ah, respect is the feeling or understanding that something or someone is serious and should be treated appropriately.
Respect is a particular way of thinking about or looking at something.
So it is. My heart is afraid we'll have to suffer.
He said as he watched the moon spin through the night.
Tell your heart that was made to protect you from it, to absorb it. Strength is brokenness reborn.
Strength is brokenness reborn.
So you try to speak to the inside of your partner's mind, not just to their auditory complex, but craft mind to the words that their mind understands.
Your partner. to the webwork of all your relationships.
Am I one of those?
You are the bayest of bays.
It's La Feo Padre. Time once again for a Kaylee, a literary entertainment where poems and tales, songs and ballads are recited and rehearsed. Conundrums are put, proverbs are quoted,
I
and...
wish your butt was made of buff titanium so I could affix many magnets to it.
And now,
Ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon,
it's about to get weird.
I am staring down the double helix of my own DNA, but fully expressed. I am standing at the highest point heretofore of my own evolutionary development.
I absolve you of your sins.
And if the sky sets you free, you are free indeed. There is too much to hold on to.
And Natalie Angier. Scientists suspect that sensations like curiosity, optimism, and rapture, any goofy desire to throw wide your arms and stare in the sweetness of spring, not only make life last longer, so we can live.
Euphoria separate from ingestion is good for the body. Laughter separate from the corrosion of stress is protective.
Endorphins are the brain's indigenous version of opium. Less to do with joy and more to do with the perceiving of pain. Oxytocin from the pituitary gland is the mediator between satisfaction and harmony. And we're still looking for the cuddle drug.
The joyful will and their view.
Among the relatively scant laughter, or lessons on laughter, the psychiatric journals are an inordinate number about pathological laughter. Patients that laugh, massive depression, or brain damage patients who laugh for no reason at all.
After inhaling a mild insecticide, one patient had no symptoms beyond slight tremors, numbness, and uncontrollable laughter.
Holiness. Our lives have changed over and over again, like the flutter of a feather on a pelican wing.
Jumbo Wamba, I think you because you're full of shit. You think you're God's gift. You're a liar. I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Why is it God like it?
Well, there's the buildup, but electronically speaking, it's a continuous cycle. There should be no release.
I'm just slinging coffee for a living.
Caffeine is the chemicalized equivalent of the Holy Spirit.
That's the unforgivable sin.
Anticlimactic, isn't it?
No, sincerely, truly I tell you, all sins will be forgiven by the sons of men. But whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit shall not be forgiven, and is guilty of eternal sin. All he who blasphemes against the Holy Spirit shall not be forgiven.
Quoted correctly, but the rationale isn't there. It afflicts itself to its own end result. You don't presume this truth, and all the rest falls apart.
Coming from an outsider's perspective, sure.
The unforgivable sin is to blaspheme the Holy Spirit. I said it was a chemicalized equivalent. I didn't equivocate.
Doesn't matter anyway. So we get is root the consonant sounds, the vowel sounds flow forth with the ineffable name.
Angels all around. Angels seen and unseen.
In room 204 of Norris Hall, Professor Laville Fresco, an Israeli Holocaust survivor, recognized the sounds of gunshots at the Virginia Tech massacre. He was able to fight off the gunmen, letting all but one of his students escape through the windows. Shot and killed during the attack, he was posthumously awarded the Order of the Star of Romania, his home country.
Being able to respond to the sacrifice is actually the sign of a healthy soul.
Loving you is like vision.
Just in case no one told you today.
Good afternoon.
Believe in yourself.
You're doing better than you think.
Nice butt.